Okay. All right, so we are now live on YouTube as well. And today, what we're going to be talking about is how do you build this business faster, right? That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to build their business faster. Everybody wants to build their wholesaling business faster. And today, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can build your real estate wholesaling business faster. You're investing in real estate business, utilizing wholesaling as an exit strategy faster. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to give the algorithm just a little bit of time to kick in and to notify everybody that we are live. If you are on Zoom, you're going to have to forgive me because I am going to be watching out for the people that log in on Zoom. Most people have figured out by now that you can just log onto YouTube or go onto Instagram and you'll catch the same training. So little by little, I'm going to slowly start to get rid of the Zoom feature on our platforms. I just haven't had a chance to update them. But every Tuesday, 100% of the time, we will be live at 9 a.m. So you can always check for us on YouTube or on Instagram. Throughout the rest of the week, I am going to be going live at least once during the day. And during that live session, I'll be covering some type of a training. Those times will vary. But what I am going to do, just to add a little bit of structure, is I will put those on the calendar as well, so that way everybody can prepare for it. So today we're going to talk about how to build your wholesaling business faster. How can you get this thing faster? And as you all know, I like using AI, and so I don't have my image. Oh, there's my image. There's my AI generated image using Google Labs. And so, what was the prompt for this? The prompt for this was a superhero with superhero strength, dressed in turquoise blue and neon green clothing with black body armor, running or weaving through the streets of New York, leaving a trail of color, a green trail of color behind him as he runs, avoiding pedestrians who are shocked, and weaving through taxis. That was what my prompt was. So as you start to get better at using AI, you start to realize that you have to be very, very specific about the prompts that you give it, or it doesn't give you the results that you want. And so this was the hero. And if you don't know, I'm a big nerd, so I love superheroes, I love comics, I love all of that stuff. And so this was our hero. Obviously, he's not a dragon, but I think you get the point, right? And it's all in line with our theme of how do you build this business faster. Okay. Be sure that you like and follow us, please. If you're watching us right now on YouTube or on Instagram, give me a thumbs up so that way I know that the sound and audio are coming through fine. Please make sure that you like this video. Give us a heart, give us a thumbs up, give us a fire emoji, give us a vomit emoji, whatever you want to give us. That would be great. For those of you who are on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe so that way you can have access to all the content that we are creating and curating for you. You'll also get all the alerts every time that we go live. So please make sure that you do that for us. We work really hard on creating this content, and I work really hard going live every time I do it. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that you don't know about. So we do it for free, but the cost of entry, of course, is a like and a subscribe. So please make sure that you do that. Thought of the day: if you believe in excuses, you will always find them. And contrary to that, if you believe in solutions, you will always find them, or you will create them, or you will become the solution, right? And I believe that, and I'm sure that there's a lot of you that believe that. So I say this all the time, but if you're getting involved in this business as a real estate investor who is going to be using wholesaling as one of the 4 or 5 exit strategies, and there may be more, but if you're going to be getting involved in this business and you're going to be looking at the news and you're going to be looking at the media and everybody's talking about how interest rates are high and the market is bad and it's not a good time to buy and sellers aren't selling, and you're feeding into that, well, then what's going to happen is you're going to use that as an excuse to not get started. You're going to use it as an excuse to not pick up the phone. You're going to use it as an excuse to not make that offer. You're going to use it as an excuse to not hunt on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist to find more deals. You will use it as an excuse, or if you believe the opposite, and if you believe in solutions, you will always find a way to either locate a solution, identify a solution, or you'll become that solution. Okay, and what that means is you'll look for those opportunities, right? Your RAS, retinal activating system. Yeah, okay. So RAS, I'm going to do like a slide on this, but I know that that stands for there. It has something to do with the retinal because the retina activating system. Anyway, that kicks in and you start to see things, you start to identify things. That's that whole principle of when you are pregnant and you start to notice all the pregnant women, or when you get a yellow car, you start to notice all the yellow cars. Anyway, you'll find those solutions. I think I butchered that. I'll do better on the next one. Okay, as a reminder, we are raffling off 1 free year of Batch Dialer, okay? And it's the advanced version, which allows you to dial with up to 5 lines. In order to be entered into this raffle, so it's 1 free year of Batch Dialer, you guys. This is pretty impressive. You're going to have 1 free year of 5 lines where you're going to be able to make calls. All you have to do is supply the data and import the data, and then you can start making your calls. We're going to give it for 1 free year. It's valued at over $2,300, over $2,300. And all you have to do is register by going to free.dispodragons.com. Make sure that you register, and then what'll happen is on March 20th we will have a training at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. For 1 hour, the Batch Company is going to be doing a live training for us on how to use the Batch Dialer, on the best strategies, the tips, the tricks, and how to make the most of it. And as you sit through that session, at the very end, we're going to give away one free code. It's going to be one code, and you have to DM us that code on Instagram. So send us what that code is on Instagram within 10 minutes of the training being done. Okay, so first you register, then you participate in the training. You get the code that we give at the very end. DM us that code. Anybody that DMs it to us, sends us a direct message within 10 minutes of the conclusion of that training. You'll be entered into the raffle, and then you have a chance to win 1 free year of Batch Dialer, which the advanced platform, which gives you up to 5 lines that you could potentially be making calls on. With a 5-line dialer, there's absolutely no reason why you would not be able to make a minimum of 300 to 400 calls per day. Obviously, depending on the data, obviously depending on how well it's skip traced. But if you need skip tracing and you need data, you can also sign up for Batch Leads. And if you want to sign up for Batch Leads, you can visit Batch, BATCH, .dispodragons.com. Batch.dispodragons.com. Don't confuse the A in batch with an I, because then I don't know what website it will lead you to. Additionally, if you haven't picked it up, please hop onto Amazon, pick up my book, Deal Like a Dove, Dispo Like a Dragon. It is 400 pages. 400 pages of straight up how to build this business. I didn't hold anything back. I didn't pull any punches. I put it all in there. I laid it all out for you. A true game plan on how to build a successful real estate investing business by using wholesaling as a strategy, so that you could cherry pick the opportunities that you want to keep and wholesale and assign the ones that you don't. You can pick this up by going to dove.dispodragons.com, dove.dispodragons.com. I say it all the time. Take a picture of yourself, put it on social media, tag us at DispoDragons, and if you tag us, I will send you a code for a free Audible download. So you'll get the Audible version as well. When you purchase the book, you just have to take a picture, tag us, and I'll send you that code. Okay, and it's really, really good. It's narrated by Tim Alexander. He's an amazing narrator, an amazing voice actor, and you're gonna enjoy it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about mentorships. Okay, mentorships are very, very important, because I see a lot of people on the forums, on the Reddit boards, in the Facebook groups, in the school communities, on the WhatsApp boards, in the messages, in my DMs, all the time. People are always talking about, well, do I really need a mentor? Do I really need somebody to help me with this business? Can't I just figure this thing out on my own? And you absolutely can. Okay, you absolutely can figure this thing out on your own. You can go onto YouTube and you can watch all the videos. And look, some of those videos are great. Some of them are just surface level information. They're going to give you the basics on what to do. A lot of it doesn't really go on into the behind the scenes material. But it's one thing for you to figure this thing out on your own. It's another thing for you to have a mentor who is actually going to walk you through the entire process. And what we have within our organization is a profit sharing mentorship where you can join. okay? And you are assigned a mentor, and that mentor will help you with this business. They'll help you close your leads. They'll help you set up the contracts. They'll help you get the contract signed. They'll help you close your deals. They'll help you find the buyers. They'll help you do everything that you need to do in order to be successful in this business. And they have an incentive because they are also earning a percentage of the profits. So everybody wins, right? You've got somebody who is now walking you through the entire process, working the entire process while you watch them do this, right? You get paid, they get paid, everybody wins, they get a percentage of the profits, and it's very, very affordable. It's like having a closer on call so that they can help you close your deals, okay? It's our profit sharing mentorship. To learn more, you can visit start.dispodragons.com, start.dispodragons.com. Okay. Also, if you refer 3 people over to our profit sharing mentorship, it's free. Okay, it's absolutely free for you to have a mentor to help you do this. Very, very affordable. Visit start.dispodragons.com. And then here we also talk a little bit about the affiliate program that we have and how to get your affiliate link. I'm not going to go into it too much today just because of time constraints. How do you build this business faster? Let's go straight into the slides now so that we can get into the meat and potatoes of what it is that we do. And you will notice that I do use a lot of older analogies. I'm believe it or not too far from 50 now. And so a lot of my analogies might come off a little corny. Get used to it, millennials. Get used to it, Gen Z. Get used to Gen Pop. Get used to whatever Gen you are. Those are the analogies that you're going to have to deal with. It's like talking to your dad. How do you build this business faster? All right, number 1, this stuff ain't sexy. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. All right. A lot of the stuff that people are looking at on the web, on YouTube, in the TikToks, on the Reels, they talk a lot about the 12-year-old that made this $12,000 paycheck or whatever in a foreign country in Singapore. Hey, God bless him. The truth is, though, this isn't sexy. What I'm about to share with you isn't going to be as sexy or as percolating as some of the other content that is being shared out there and what people are talking about in their Reels and their TikToks. This isn't sexy. In fact, a lot of it is actually pretty boring. But that's okay, because here's the reality. There are plenty of people that are wildly successful with very, very boring businesses, okay? Plenty of people. So it's not sexy, but we're going to teach you how to build this business faster. You only have 2 resources, okay? It's either time or money. Now, if you're lucky, you've got both. But if you have both time and you've got money, then chances are you're probably not going to be watching this video anyway. Okay, if you're looking at this business and you're looking to get involved, you're probably going to have one or the other. You're going to have time or you're going to have money. You're probably not going to have both. Now, let's talk about what you're going to do if you have a lot of time. If you have a lot of time on your hands, okay, I don't want to hear you complaining about the work that you're going to have to put in. I don't want to hear you complaining about the stuff that you're going to have to do. One of the things that really annoys me is when someone gets involved in this business and then I tell them, well, I need you to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then I'll hear, well, I don't really like cold calling. I don't really like talking to people. What are you doing during the rest of the day? Right? I know that you don't like cold calling. I know that you don't like talking to people. I know that you don't like submitting offers. I know that you don't like talking to agents. I know that you don't want to be made fun of when you call these agents and they tell you that you don't know what you're doing and you're wasting their time. I know that you don't like that stuff, but what are you going to do? If time is your best resource and you have more time on your hands than you have money, then you're going to have to do what you're going to have to do in order to be successful in this business. And that means getting out of your shell and probably being a little bit uncomfortable, okay? Because right now, if you have a lot of time, chances are you're pretty comfortable, okay? You're pretty comfortable. So I need to get you uncomfortable and I need to make good use of your time in order for you to be successful at this. So don't complain about the things that you are going to have to do in order to be successful in this business, in order to build this business faster if you have time. And again, if you have time and money, then chances are you're probably not going to be watching this. All right. Having a lot of time is great if you're disciplined. Okay, here's the challenge. Most people are not disciplined enough with all the time that they have. So I have had the opportunity of speaking to people. They have, 8 hours a day. Some of them are students. Some of them don't have work. Some of them are recently unemployed. For whatever reason, they might have, 6 to 8 hours a day. And that is a lot of time to kill. And so when you give someone that much time to kill and they don't have a certain structure, right? They don't have a schedule of what it is that they need to do. That's when they start to run into problems. And then that's when they start to go down the rabbit hole of TikTok and Reels and YouTube and playing video games and doing God knows what. So, what you need if you have a lot of time is you're going to need a schedule. All right, and I've harped on this many times, but it's worth repeating. You're going to need some type of a schedule, whatever it is that you're going to, whatever hours you're going to dedicate to this business. You need to structure it right, and you need to have some type of a schedule. Now, for some of the people that I'm coaching and some of the people that I'm mentoring, they start work at 9 and they're out by 5. So that means that they've got from 5:30 till about 8:30, maybe 8 o'clock. If they wake up a little bit earlier, they've got maybe 2.5 hours or an hour and a half in the morning, and then they have maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours in the evening. Okay, if they're going to dedicate it to that, and if they can't dedicate 2 or 3 hours, no big deal. Then they're only going to do an hour in the morning, or they're only going to do an hour in the evening. It really doesn't matter. But whatever schedule it is that you're going to be committing to, you have to commit to it. You have to be consistent with it every single day, even if it's going to be 45 minutes, even if it's a half hour, even if it's an hour. It doesn't matter. Whatever your schedule is, you have to adhere to it. And then what you have to do is you also have to make sure that you adhere to the what you're going to be doing during that schedule. So if it's only going to be an hour, what are you doing during that hour? You need to make sure that you know what you're doing on a consistent basis. There has to be some type of structure so that you're not just saying, okay, so I'm going to go home, I'm going to get on the computer, and then I'm going to do this, right? If you don't have a structured a game plan, then it's going to be very difficult for you to be successful at this, okay? So you need a list of tasks, right? What are the tasks that I'm going to be completing? What am I aiming for here? What am I attacking? Am I going to be calling for sale by owners? Am I going to be calling agents? Am I going to be hunting for deals on Facebook Marketplace? Am I going to be hunting for deals on Craigslist? What is it that you're going to be doing on a daily basis? Have a schedule and then have a list of tasks that you're going to complete during that schedule, so that way you have a target and you know what you're aiming for. Then we're going to talk about metrics. Okay, we're going to be talking about how to keep track of these things. This is also very important so that you know what your results are going to be, all right? And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. So if you have a lot of time, okay, and again, some people have more than others. For those of you that are looking at this and you're like, I've got 4 to 6 hours a day. Well, 4 to 6 hours a day is a lot of time. You could do a lot of damage in this business during those 4 to 6 hours, and you need to structure them correctly, okay? So just off the top of my head, if you're looking at this and you're brand new and you've got those 4 to 6 hours to use in order to invest in your business, the first thing that I would do is I'd say, okay, so from about for the first 2 hours, I would be going after on-market properties. I would be talking to real estate agents, and I would be, using my script, and I would be calling them, and I would be texting them, and I want to see which ones are actually open to playing ball with me, which ones are open to a possible offer from me that's not going to be full price, okay? And so that's what I would do for those 2 hours. Then the next 2 hours, I would probably be going after for sale by owners. I would be calling for sale by owners that you can find off of Zillow. And if you don't have access to our spreadsheet, you can go to Zillow.dispodragons.com, Zillow.dispodragons.com. It's a spreadsheet. It's going to cost you $10. It has every single search term that you could imagine that an investor would want to look for when they're hunting for houses on Zillow. So search terms like fixer-upper, needs TLC, as is, probate, bankruptcy, REO, foreclosure, short sale, FISBO, everything on there. These are already predetermined searches. All you have to do is click on a cell and it'll open it up for you on Zillow. It's a massive time saver, and for $10, it's probably one of the best buys that you'll make this year, bar none. Okay, so go to Zillow.dispodragons.com, get that spreadsheet. It'll take you to PayPal. You pay through PayPal. It redirects you to a online Google Doc. Okay, you're gonna have to request access to it once you get there. Then I'd go after the the on market. First is on market. Then I'd go after FISBOs. Then after that, my last hour, I might start looking for properties on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist. Okay, and that's just an example of what I would do. But see, if you structure this right and you say, okay, so first 2 hours this, next 2 hours this, next 2 hours this, and you do that every single day, there is no way that you will not have a deal or some type of success within the first, I would say, 7 to 14 days. If you're doing this on a consistent basis with that much time. Now, not everybody can dedicate the 4 to 6 hours, and that's okay. Some people can only do it for an hour a day, and that's fine too. It's going to take a little bit longer, but that's okay. It's just the consistency wins this game, okay? That's what wins this game. So You got to keep track of your metrics. Your main focus right now, if you have a lot of time, if you're just getting started over this, if time is your greatest commodity versus, having money, is lead generation over everything else. Lead generation needs to take priority over every single thing else. Every single thing else. Lead generation, lead generation, lead generation, lead generation. That's what you should be focusing on. Nothing else is important other than lead generation. If it is not generating you leads, if you are not hunting for leads, if you are not prospecting for leads, then you are going to be really wasting your time. You need leads right now. And so here's how you're going to get them. You call realtors, you call FSBOs, you hunt on Facebook Marketplace, and you hunt on Craigslist. And then there's obviously driving for dollars. These are all the free strategies that you can use to get leads right now. Call realtors, call for sale by owners, hunt on Facebook Marketplace, hunt on Craigslist, and driving for dollars. So if you have a lot of time, but you don't have any money, this is what you should be doing all day. Okay, it doesn't cost you any money to call realtors. It doesn't cost you any money to call for sale by owners. It doesn't cost you any money to find sellers on Facebook Marketplace. It doesn't cost you any money to find sellers on Craigslist. And it doesn't cost you any money doing driving for dollars. Unless you say, well, you need money for gas and I got to do all that. Fine, hop on a bike. Go get a bicycle. Ride your bike around town. Look for distressed properties, right? Like, I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear that here's what I want to hear from someone, okay? When I give someone these tasks, what I don't want to hear is I don't like calling realtors. I'm kind of scared about making cold calls. I don't want to call for sale by owners. I hunt on Facebook Marketplace, and all it is a bunch of wholesalers promoting their properties. All it is a bunch of real estate agents posting their listings on there. There's no sellers. I don't want to look for people on Craigslist. Craigslist is so old. That website sucks, and it's no good. I don't want to do driving for dollars, and I'm going to have to use gas, and then I have to get out of the car and take pictures. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If you don't have money but you have a lot of time, you don't have any excuse to put in the work to get this stuff done. There's no excuse, right? Right now your job is to generate leads and to make yourself some money. That's your priority. And you should be willing to do whatever it takes within reason, right? Within reason, legally, ethically, and morally, within reason, within the parameters of these tasks in order to make this work for you. So you're going to need to call the realtors. You're going to need to call the for sale by owners. You're going to have to hunt on Facebook Marketplace and, figure out which ones are actually sellers as opposed to other wholesalers or other real estate agents. You're going to have to hunt on Craigslist, and you're going to have to do driving for dollars. And if you don't want to do driving for dollars, no problem, ride your bicycle. And if you don't have a bicycle, no problem, walk the dog. And if you don't have a dog, no problem, get a couple bottles of water and walk, 2 or 3 blocks every single day in different areas around your neighborhood. This is what you're going to have to do. Okay? So this is what I would suggest for someone who has no money to invest, but they got a lot of time. This is what you're going to need to start doing. Okay? Now, if you have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of time, I'm going to say it to you too. Don't complain about what you're going to have to invest in. So if you have a lot of money, but you don't have a lot of time because you've got another job, right? Let's say you got a great job and you're not about to leave your great job, just to start investing in real estate and using wholesaling as an exit strategy. You're not going to do that right now. You're not going to leave whatever cushy job you've got because it pays the bills, it supports your family, it puts your kids through college, it pays their private school, whatever it is. You have the money, but you don't have the time, but you want to invest in real estate. You need something, you want to build your portfolio. You want to do something else. Well, then don't complain about the things that you're going to have to invest in. You're going to have to make your money work for you. Okay, because you don't have the time, so now you're going to leverage your other asset, which is money, all right? And I'm not talking about tens of thousands of dollars here. I'm just talking about what you're going to have to do, all right? So let's talk about ways that if you have money to invest in this business, you could utilize to help you build this business faster. Number one, lead generation overall. We talked about that too. Same thing applies to those of you that have money but don't have time. Lead generation, lead generation, lead generation. That's more important than anything else. So number one, pay-per leads. Okay. Now, if you don't know what pay-per leads are companies that basically advertise on the internet, and they say things. They have ads that basically say, We'll buy your house for all cash. Are you thinking about selling? Does your house need too many repairs? Have you inherited a house that you don't want? Any of those type of keywords, key phrases, or ads that you see on Google or any other website that have those kind of images, those are pay-per-lead sites, okay? Now, not all of them. Some of them are actually individuals like you, individuals like me, that have learned how to do Facebook marketing ads, that have learned how to do Google PPC ads. They've learned how to advertise on Reddit. They've learned how to advertise on X. They've learned how to do all these ads on the internet to draw their own leads themselves. But there are plenty of them that are actual companies that specialize in lead generation. And so what they do is they run these ad campaigns, and then the beauty of that is you don't have to learn anything. So you don't have to learn how to do your Facebook ads. You don't have to learn Google PPC. You don't have to learn search engine optimization. You don't have to learn YouTube ads. These pay-per-lead companies already do it for you. They're running the ads, and then when the lead comes in, you pay for the ads, okay? Excuse me, you pay for the lead. Now, how much are these leads? Well, these leads are going to range anywhere from $29 up to $300 to $400 if they're exclusive leads, all right? Now, here's my thought process on this. There is no such thing as an exclusive lead. I say it all the time, and I will repeat it again. Your leads are my leads. My leads are your leads. Most people are fishing from the same pond. And when someone is on the internet and they're filling out these online forms for an all cash offer for their house within 72 hours, or when they're filling out an online form that says that their house is in too much distress and they want to get rid of it, or when they're filling out a form that says, I just inherited an ugly house and I don't know what to do with it, when they're filling out these forms, they're not just filling out one form, they're filling out multiple forms, 3, 4, 5 forms, hoping that someone reaches out to them so that they can get the best offer. So when people talk about exclusivity and leads being exclusive to just you, the reality is they are not exclusive to just you, because the average person is filling out multiple forms anyway. So when you're paying a premium for so-called exclusive leads, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. It may be exclusive to that one particular provider, but when you're paying for the additional expense of this so-called exclusivity, I don't believe that that really exists personally. That's my own personal opinion, and I don't feel like you need to pay for that exclusivity. You could actually buy non-exclusive leads for a lot cheaper, for as little as like $29, okay? So, and here, keep that in mind when we're talking about pay per leads, okay? Now, here's the other thing. The other thing is you're going to relate to some people that I'm not going to be able to relate to. I'm going to relate to some people that you're not going to be able to relate to. There are going to be some people that won't do business with me for anything because I look like some guy that may have broke their daughter's heart while she was in high school on prom night. Okay, I just remind them of that guy. I give them those vibes. And so for whatever reason, they won't work with me just because I remind them of that guy, okay? But you could pick that business up. So my point is that there's some business that you're going to get just because it's you, and there's some business that you're not going to get just because they relate better to me. That's just part of the business. So the key here is just speaking to as many people as you possibly can, because there's some business out there that is just it's dedicated to you. It's going to go to you just because of you, but you don't know that until you actually go and speak to these people. All right. So pay per leads, like I said, you can get started for as little as $29. Now, the provider that I like to use is iSpeed to Leads. I know that there's a few other ones. There's LeadZolo. There's a few other companies out there now that exist. I know Zach Ginn started his X Leads. There's a whole bunch of other companies that do this as well. I just happen to like iSpeed to Leads, and you can visit speed.dispodragons.com so that you can sign up for a free account. That doesn't mean you're going to get free leads, but you get a free account. There's no registration fee. You set it up, and then you go in there, and then you pick the leads, and they're nationwide, so you can find leads anywhere, okay? Anywhere. All right, now here are the numbers. I might as well share them with you right now. The numbers are usually 1 out of every 12 convert. 1 out of every 12 convert. So if you want to buy leads for as little as $29, you have to sign up for something called the Coupon Club with them. The Coupon Club costs $199 a month flat. That's their fee, $199. Then that gives you access to unlimited $29 leads that they have for sale. Right? Non-exclusive leads, we talked about that already. So just do the numbers, okay? So it's $199 to have access to $29 leads, okay? So $200. One out of every 12 leads are going to convert. So that's 12 leads multiplied times $30. That's $360. So $360 plus the $200 monthly retainer fee, we'll call it, that equals about $530. So every month, if you have the money, but you don't have the time, if you invest at least $530 in pay per leads, you're at least guaranteed one deal, because usually it's a 1 out of 12 ratio. Okay, so you can visit speed.dispodragons.com. You can buy your leads and close your first deal. Okay. Second thing is the Deal Bazooka. All right. I've talked about this too. The Deal Bazooka is a system that we use to send out letters of intent in mass. Okay, in mass. All right, so now what this does is it allows you to, all you need is the data. You get the data, you import the data, and the Deal Bazooka will send out anywhere between 50 to, I don't recommend going this too high, because once you start going way too high, you can get flagged. But you can actually send out up to 450 LOIs, letters of intent, per Gmail account. And at one point, I was sending out up to like 1,600 offers per day and getting deals that way. There is a lot of follow-up that needs to go through on that. But when you're sending out that many letters of intent, which are in essence watered down offers, when you're sending out that many offers to people, trust me, you're going to get deals. Okay, you will get deals using the Deal Bazooka. Even if you send out 50 offers a day, that's 250 offers a week, that's 1,000 offers a month. 1%, right? Even if you get 1% of that of those 1,000 offers that you send out accepted, that's 10 offers accepted per month, right? Just do the math. This just makes sense. So we offer the Deal Bazooka. It's a platform you can purchase it as a DIY course, do it yourself. You set up the whole system yourself, or you can have us set it up for you, and we can do everything for you. All you need to do is just provide the data. You have to get the data, and you can get it from batch leads, or you can get it from PropStream. Either one. In order to learn more about the Deal Bazooka, you can go to school.dispodragons.com, school.dispodragons.com. You can join. It costs $1 to join. I'm not gonna justify that, but it is $1. School.dispodragons.com. You join. It costs $1. You have access to what the Deal Bazooka is and how to use it. The other thing that you can do is, if you have money, you can hire cold callers. All right. Now, if you're going to hire cold callers to do the cold calling for you, right, and this is for people that have money to invest in their business, but they just don't have the time, you're going to want to hire virtual cold callers. You can do this. You can do it in the U.S. if you want. They're going to be more expensive. Or you can hire overseas cold callers. They're going to be a lot less expensive. All right. Now, if you're going to hire cold callers, you need to make sure that you have some proficiency on the phone yourself, because even if they give you these leads, you're going to need to know how to close them, which leads me back to what I said earlier about the importance of having a mentor and having somebody to be able to partner up with, so that they could close these leads for you, fill out these contracts for you, negotiate for you, find the buyers for you, close the deals for you. They do everything for you during this mentorship, and you get paid and they get paid and everybody wins. Okay, so you're going to want to hire cold callers as well. And then the last thing that I would suggest is probably some type of SMS marketing. I'm going to put that lowest on the priority list, because there is quite a learning curve to doing this, but there are other services and there are actual people that do this as a profession, and you could hire them and they can do your SMS marketing campaigns for you, but they will charge a retainer as well. Again, that's a little bit more expensive, but it is available. Again, so for those of you that have some money to invest in your business, these are the things that I would suggest right away, and they will help you build your business faster. Pay per leads, the Deal Bazooka, sending out 50 to 100 offers in the form of letters of intent nationwide every single day. There's no way you're not going to get deals doing that. Okay, we do it all the time. Then you could hire cold callers, and last on the list would be hiring somebody for some type of SMS marketing. All right. Now, the other thing that we want to talk about is tracking your metrics. All businesses track their metrics. Okay, Disneyland tracks their metrics. They track the guests that come in, and then they're keeping track of the number of people that are leaving too, right? That's why they have you walk through those turnstiles. They are tracking that. On top of that, if you use their app, they're tracking you when you're at the park and when you're not at the park. But we're not going to talk about that. Now, McDonald's also tracks the time that it takes to serve you your meals. Okay? They track how long it takes from the point that you order to the point that you get to the window to pay to get your meal, right? Those metrics are important to McDonald's, and they keep track of the franchise owners and how quickly they get the food to you, which is why when your food isn't prepared right away, they tell you to go to parking spot number 1 over there in the corner. Can you meet me over at the corner over there and we can bring your food to you? Because by doing that, that's their little hack. It shows that the food has already been given to you, so they show it as served, and now you're just waiting somewhere else for it so that they can give it to you. But in their system, they mark the food as being done. That car just passed through the drive-through, already went through, so increased their speed metrics, right? As opposed to you just sitting in your car at the window for 10 minutes waiting for your food. They're getting more cars through, and they're keeping track of their metrics and their KPIs, right? For those of you who follow and have heard of Sam Singh, he's big on KPIs and on metrics. My point is, if it's important to them and they're billion-dollar companies, why isn't it important to you, right? Why not? Why would it not be important to you? You need to keep track of your metrics. Now, here's what you need to keep track of. You need to keep track of your outbound dials. You need to keep track of your actual conversations. You need to keep track of how many offers you sent every single day. How many offers are you sending out every day? Now, here's the deal. If you're not sending out any offers and you're saying, well, I haven't sent out any offers this week, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay, you need to acknowledge that. You need to be sending out offers all the time. Now, when I say offers, I'm not talking about these long 10-page contracts. Offers to me are also text messages. I can offer you this. Right? They're also DMs, direct messages. They're also emails. They're also verbal offers. So really, how many offers are you making per day now that you know you don't have to fill out this 10-page contract in order for it to be counted as an offer? Right? You should be able to be submitting at least 3 to 5 offers a day minimum, just talking to people. Hey, I can't do 500,000, but I can probably offer you 399. And that's an offer. So how many offers are you sending? How many offers are being accepted? And how many deals are being closed? But Paul, I can't even get one deal closed. How do you want me to track how many deals are being closed? I need you to think bigger. I need you to think much bigger. Okay, if you're saying to yourself, I can't even fathom the possibility of closing, a deal a day. I can't even imagine what it would be like closing a deal a week. I can't even imagine what it's like closing a deal a month. Well, you need to think bigger. You need to have some type of metric so that you're actually analyzing this and you're thinking, well, how many deals can I close per day if I do this thing right? Okay, but you got to track these numbers. You have to be prepared to track these numbers. Next thing. Our profit sharing mentorship members have access to a BPS, we call it a BPS, business planning spreadsheet. Okay, now this is a spreadsheet where all you have to do is plug these numbers in. All this that I just shared with you where the tracking, you just plug that stuff into that spreadsheet, and what it does is it auto-populates and it keeps track of every single thing that you're doing on a daily, then on a weekly, then on a monthly basis, and you even track your income. So you put your, how much you made on a particular assignment deal in there, and it keeps track of all those metrics for you so that every single month you can go back and you can analyze, well, where did I get the majority of my business? Did I get the majority of my business from pay per leads? Did I get the majority of my business from cold calling? Did I get the majority of my business from this? And then you can invest more time and more money into the strategies that bring you more business. You're going to need some type of a CRM. You need a CRM, okay? You need one. HubSpot's free. Pick it up. It's free. HubSpot, okay? The reason you want a CRM is because you're going to want to keep track of the leads that are coming in. Now, they cap it at I think maybe 1,000. After 1,000 leads, you're going to have to either subscribe or pay. But still, it's free up to 1,000 leads. You can put your people in there. A CRM stands for a customer relationship manager. I'm sorry. I should have said that earlier because not everybody understands these acronyms. So you're going to need a customer relationship management software. HubSpot is free. Go to HubSpot.com, register yourself, get it. It's free up till your first, I think 1,000, maybe it's 500. Don't quote me on this. Between 500 to 1,000 actual contacts that you put in there. You need to keep track of everything that you do. So every time you call someone, they don't answer, you log it. Every time you email someone, you log it. Every time you text them, you log it. Put it all in there so that you can see what it is that you've been doing with a particular prospect. And if after 3 months you haven't gotten a hold of them, well, you can mark them as a dead lead and you're not wasting your time following up with them. But you need some type of a CRM. CRM. Okay, so make sure you get HubSpot for free. Hopefully, as I said at the beginning, a lot of this stuff that I covered today isn't sexy, right? It's not these amazing stories that you hear about, a 12-year-old that brought me a deal, and that 12-year-old in Singapore made $10,000, and I overpaid for a property on a seller finance deal. I offered them more than what they were asking, and then they gave it to me on payment. Like, these aren't sexy stories, but what I gave you are is actual knowledge on what you need to do in order to build this business. So that way you can build it faster. Okay, these are things that you have to do. You have to either have time or you have money. Time or money. So if you have a lot of time but you don't have to happen to have a lot of money, then you better be working this thing consistently. There's no excuse. You have no excuse if you have a lot of time. If you have a lot of money but you don't have a lot of time, then you need to be investing some money into your business, utilizing the tools that we covered. All right. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Be sure to like and follow us, please. If you saw some value in this thing, give me a thumbs up so that I know that you can hear me. I'm looking at the comments. And make sure that you participate on that training that we are doing on March 20th, 10 a.m. Okay, at 10 a.m. Batch Dialer is going to be doing a training for us on how to use the Batch Dialer system. And if you pre-register and you participate in the training and you get the special code at the end of the training, and then DM us, sorry about that, you send us a direct message for that code, we will enter you into a raffle where you will get Batch Dialer free for 1 year. 1 free year of Batch Dialer. Okay, but in order to get it, you have to register. And to register, you go to free.dispodragons.com, free.dispodragons.com. Register, be on the training, get the code, DM us the code within 10 minutes of the conclusion of that training, be entered into the raffle, and one of you lucky viewers is going to win 1 year worth of Batch Dialer for free. And it's the 5-line dialer valued at over $2,300 for the year. And you got it on us, okay? Use it. Enjoy it. All right, everybody. I appreciate all the participation. I appreciate all the comments. Hopefully you saw some value. Please be sure to like and subscribe to us and give me a thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Let's get to work.